Alright, completing the square on a quadratic equation to derive the quadratic formula. So the first step is you can either move the c to the right or get your coefficient of your quadratic term 1. So let's go ahead and move our c to the right. So the first step is to subtract c from both sides of the equation. Okay, if you do that, you have ax squared plus bx equals 0 minus c, which is negative c. Then we want our quadratic coefficient to be 1, so we'll divide everything by the quadratic coefficient of a all the way across. And so x squared plus b over a x equals negative c over a. Okay. Alright, now we take our middle term, which is the b over a, and we're going to divide that by 2 and square it. So b over a divided by 2 squared. Okay, so that's, you flip and multiply when you divide with fractions, so b over a times 1/2 squared equals, so we've got b over 2a, if you multiply across, b times 1, 2 times a squared, and so that equals b squared over 4a squared. So just square everything in there. That's the term we'll add to both sides of the equation. So we've got x squared plus b over a x plus b squared over 4a squared equals negative c over a plus b squared over 4a squared. So we've added b squared over 4a squared to both sides of the equation. So now we factor on the left here, this left piece, and we simplify on the right. So factoring on the left, you have plus plus x and x, and b squared over 4a squared simplifies to b over 2a and b over 2a. Okay. On the right side of the equation, we need common denominators, and I need a little bit more room. So I'm going to take this up above and slide it down here so that we can work on it a little bit. So we've got negative c over a plus b squared over 4a squared. So we need a common denominator. So on this left side, we are missing a 4 and an a. 4 and an a. So now you've got negative 4ac over 4a squared plus b squared over 4a squared, which can be combined then to negative 4ac plus b squared all over 4a squared. Now I'm going to use the commutative property and flip those around, so we've got b squared minus 4ac all over 4a squared. Okay, and if you remember, that was what goes back to the end of my equation right here. Okay, so on the left, we now have x plus b over 2a squared equals b squared minus 4ac all over 4a squared. So now we can go ahead and solve this thing. You root both sides of the equation, and you have x plus b over 2a equals plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, because the root of 4 is 2 and the root of a squared is a. Last step is to subtract the b over 2a over to both sides of the equation, and you're left with x equaling negative b over 2a plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, with a common, if you combine your into one denominator, it would be negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. On the next video, maybe I'll sing the song for you. There is the derivation of the quadratic formula in a very speedy manner. Sorry about the speed.